Good morning. So nice to have you join us today to begin the week. Hope you had a great and restful weekend. Now the week ahead looks to be a promising one. You know, 3+U is designed to be a community show, and we can't bring you the community show without the community involvement. And our first guest this morning, I think, speaks very profoundly of that. Welcome Leila Cordell. She is with the Lantern at Morning Pointe on Shallowford Road.
Yes.
And they are beginning the first of many to come, they hope.
Yes.
A summit, you were telling me, Leila, happening this Saturday, July 19th.
Yes.
But the emphasis is the caregivers in the community who are trying to do the best they can for their loved ones struggling with Alzheimer's and dementia.
Yes, it's a very hard disease, you know, and they experience caregiver burnout, you know, and from day to day you never know what you're going to get with this disease. Mm-hmm. So they just, they get tired. So we're hoping to give them some hope and some guidance in this disease.
It's also one of those things where it's not a quick conversation to have at all. In January of this year, we did an hour on aging on 3+U, and Morning Pointe was a big part of it. Beth Janney, who will be one of your panelists,
Yes.
was on that show with us as well. And I stood there wishing that I could take notes on some of this information that they were sharing. Yeah. People can do that.
Yes,
on Saturday.
They can. They sure can.
So it's a day-long event, right? 11 to 3?
Yes. And we have a bunch of great speakers, talking from Amy French coming and talking about, is there any hope? Is there any new medications coming out for it? We've got somebody in the legal aspect of, you know, do I need POA? Do I need a conservatorship? What do I need in this disease to be ready? And then we have Beth Janney talking about behaviors. Can I avoid behaviors? And then we have somebody talking about Parkinson's, you know, how it affects dementia. And then last, we have someone talking about caregiver burnout. You know, we want to give them hope. We want to give them something to go home with to get through this disease.
So it's a ticketed event, $20.
Yes.
And we'll show you how you can get your tickets as the conversation goes on. But the proceeds of that are going right back into the foundation.
Yes, for nurses scholarship.
So when people are there, and you're going to be fed while you're there,
Yes.
Are they listening, or is this audience participation? Can they ask questions?
Yes, there'll be a Q&A after each speaker.
Okay. Do you have to cap it at how many people who can come?
We do have a limit. I think right now we can take up to 80 people.
Okay.
So.
I know that you said you have to be there to do it.
Yes.
I'm sitting here, my thoughts are spinning, because there's somebody in my life right now who's going through this walk. Right. And this person would not be able to be there. They don't live here. But I was thinking, if I went, could I take some notes for this person and share? You can't record it, can you? Can people, or could they on like an audio on their phone?
We don't have anything that says you can't. You know, I mean, if it's going to help them look back, I don't see why they couldn't. And
maybe ask when you get there.
Yes, yes.
Because it's a lot of information. I think it's also going to be so beneficial, I would imagine, to have that Q&A, because somebody else in the group might think of a question you hadn't thought of, but you also need to hear.
Yes, yes. And you know, and we also are going to have t-shirts on sale. It's called the Moments of Grace, and so we'll have them too also, that goes to the foundation.
This person that I told you about has kind of developed this really intentional mindset now. It's interesting that you call it the Moments of Grace, because everything is about, I'm just going to be in this day.
Yes.
This day is what I've got. Is that a good mindset to have?
It is, because you don't know what tomorrow holds, and you know, and every day is different. When, you know, I've worked at the Lantern for 4 years, and everything's different every day. You know, it's a new day for them. It's hard on the caregivers. It really is hard.
You know, it is hard on the caregivers. It's part of what you expect anyway to come of this conversation is give yourself the permission to not let this totally consume you.
Right, because when you are taking care of someone with this disease, it's almost like you're living this disease every day, because that's all you have time for. And so that's why they experience caregiver burnout.
And you also know it.
Yes.
Because the person becomes kind of like your child, and so you know how to read the innuendo and the patterns and the tendencies, and to turn that over to somebody else to give you a break
Yes.
is almost more frightening.
It is. And like I said, I just hope that they walk away with something and we give them some hope, and that is our goal.
On the idea of the person you're caring for, so what do people do on the day when they're trying to come to this event? You've got that covered too.
We do got that covered. They can bring their loved ones, and it won't cost them anything extra. And we have a lot community, and they will be there with. They'll be doing activities. They'll get their lunch, and we'll have somebody sitting with them, and it's not going to cost the family anything.
I want to show people how they can call you and get these tickets reserved, but you did mention the word hope.
Yes.
Even though you see difficult things every day, do you still think that there is reason for hope?
Yes, I do, and I will never give up on this disease. It is a passion of mine to work with families and to help families.
Then here is what you're going to do. If you want to go to this event, it's called Moments of Grace, July 19th from 11 to 3 at the Lantern at Morning Pointe on Shallowford Road. Here is the phone number for you to call if you want to reserve your ticket. It's $20, and then Leela will make sure that it's waiting for you when you come that day. Is that right?
That is right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
At our showroom, you can see the latest designs of tiles and cabinets that can bring your vision to life.
I wanted my kitchen to be perfect.